This is Texans TV.
Coming up, we get to know one of the newest Houston Texans, and we're taking a look back at one of the biggest stops in team history.
Justin Reid got in there. The D stiffens.
Texans 360 is now.
We are ready to rock in Houston. Rock and roll.
Oh, let's go!
Guess when you think you've seen it all, there's always something else.
Hey there, it's Texans 360. My name's Drew Dougherty, and we're so very happy that you're with us. Summer is fully upon us. We got a big show today because, hey, we got to boil some crawfish. We got to grill one of the newest Houston Texans, and we're going to cook up a great defensive stop against the Jaguars. You saw those cooking references? That was pretty fun. But we start things off with a little bit of news of the week. The Texans added a player in Rex Burkhead, a running back, so there's more competition in a very crowded running back room as the veteran, who most notably spent some time in New England, now comes to Houston. But let's begin with building the Texans and take a look at how the draft went down and how the Texans went about choosing some of the players they wound up picking.
Nick Caserio comes in, his first draft that he's fully in charge of. This is his baby.
It's draft time. It's my favorite time of year. I love it. I know that we're not putting anybody in Canton tonight, but we can't get excited about these players.
They always ask, are you going to the draft? There's nothing there other than the podium and the people cheering. The draft really happens in the NFL facilities. It's going on at NRG Stadium, and they'll be at it tomorrow night with pick number 67.
There's no one set formula. Ultimately, the players are going to dictate how big of a role that they have, what their role on the team is going to be. And the only way that we're going to push each other and challenge each other is to have as many people and players with the same mindset. And they want to be pushed. In order to be great, you have to demand greatness from one another. And our responsibility is to bring people in the building that have that sort of mindset, that want to improve, that want to be coached, that want to get better, that aren't afraid of competition, regardless of the circumstances.
You know, we evaluated everybody, but I would say we delved deep into more players that were beyond the 30th best player in the draft. More focused on the middle class, so to speak, of the draft, because we knew that those are the players ultimately that were going to be staring at us on the draft board.
We talk through really every scenario, like if it's this player or these 6 players, what players are we comfortable with at 67 or moving up or moving out? You just talk through scenario after scenario, and then it's my job to make sure the guys are constantly getting information. Hey, call more people, let's make sure our information is on point. So by the time we got to kind of game day, for lack of a better term, we were prepared. We'd had dress rehearsal after dress rehearsal, and so now it's just time to type the pick in the computer and submit it and make them a Texan.
With the 67th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, my Houston Texans select Davis Mills, QB from Stanford.
We're going to turn the pick in here in a minute, and we're going to make you a Houston Texan. We're excited to enjoy it with your family. We'll circle back with you here in a little bit. Coach Cully is sitting right next to me here. He's going to get on the phone, so we'll visit with you here in a little bit, but congratulations.
David Cully, head football coach. Love the thought of you being a Texan. Tell him I hear him in the background. I hear him. Yeah, tell him get him some boots now, okay? Hey, well, listen, I'm looking forward to it. Congratulations. Happy for you.
Played in good programs, played for a really good coach in Coach Shaw, who's had a lot of good offenses. A good size, fairly accurate thrower, gets rid of the ball fairly quickly, real smart. So when you look at the attributes that go into playing the quarterback position, we felt that he had a lot of those qualities.
Davis Mills' pro day. It was a steady rain that day. Davis showed a lot of composure, threw the ball pretty well. He's a very natural thrower. He handled the elements well that day as far as his accuracy and putting the ball on his receivers pretty well.
Obviously very humbled to take on this new challenge in the NFL. Just can't wait to get out to Houston and meet the staff, meet the coaches, meet the players, and start putting my head down and get to work and start earning my teammates' trust.
To the end zone! Touchdown! Nico Collins, there it is! A wide receiver touchdown!
Can't wait to get you here, all right? Hey, a Houston Texan. That sounds great, don't it?
I would say there was a handful of players that we had graded at a certain level, and as we were working through the draft, some of them started to come off fairly quickly, so we felt we were kind of in an area where if we didn't draft the player at that point, there's an opportunity you might lose them. Is it worth risking and waiting to see if in fact that player will be there, or if you have enough conviction about the player, if there's an opportunity for us to move a few spots. So there are some qualities I'd say that are unique to Nico that made us want to make the trade and move the way we did.
Really good ball skills, really good hands, kind of brings a size element. And then when you meet the kid, great personality, really good kid. We knew what kind of person we were getting. The guy's made a lot of big plays on a big-time program against good defensive backs.
This is a lot of emotions, man. I'm excited. I'm just anxious to really get to work, man. It's a dream come true. It's a blessing. And, it's nothing but God, for sure. You put the work in today, and it paid off, man. I'm happy.
The day 3, there was some players that, similar to what we talked about on day 2, we had sort of earmarked, and we had a feeling that, okay, there's a chance these players are going to start to go, so let's take a handful of picks, maybe a few picks, and maybe move a few slots just to make sure we've solidified and get that particular player.
The Houston Texans select Brevin Jordan, tight end from Miami.
And he hurdles a tackle, dives for the pylon. You saw the skill set right there, and there's his best weapon, the tight end, Brevin Jordan.
There's joy in crying. You should be excited, and this is tears of joy. So we're excited to have you here. So here's Coach Cully, and we'll get you moving here in a little bit. All right, thanks.
Look, just like Nick just told you, listen, hey, we just want you coming here to be the best pro you can be. I know this has been a lifelong dream of you to do this. Now you're getting the opportunity to do this, and we can't be more excited for you to be a part of our Texans.
Has been productive in the passing game, running catch, good with the ball. So offensively, when you have players like that can run, can catch, are good with the ball, you like having those types of players on your team.
I came in as a true freshman, deer in the headlights freshman, and I earned my spot. I had to come in and compete. I had to come in and earn the spot. So I think that's just going to help me, going into the NFL, playing with the Texans. I'm going to have to compete, and I'm going to have to, just earn the trust of my teammates.
The Houston Texans select Gary Wallow, linebacker, TCU.
He's in trouble and dropped again. Garrett Wallow makes it 4th and long.
We're going to make you a Houston Texan, so you don't have to go far. You can stay in the state of Texas here. So you're the type of person that we want to have here. So just come in here, work hard, do the things that you did at TCU, and that'll be enough, okay?
Instinctive player, runs well, a good tackler. Again, played in a good, I would say, defensive system. Coach Patterson at TCU. His skills translate to what we're doing defensively and is similar to some of the players that we have on the team currently. A+ football character. Everybody talks about that, but it does matter. It makes a difference. Coachability, willingness to take coaching, improve, handle adversity, adjust, handle transition. I mean, there's a lot of things that go into it, but when you have more people like that in your building, it pushes everybody along because it forces you to meet a standard and the expectation of like, this is what we want.
His energy, his juice, his passion, the way that his teammates responded to him from a leadership standpoint. He was around the ball a ton. Kid with very good instincts. Sniffs out the ball really well, can run.
Especially just seeing something you've been working for your whole entire life just manifest out and come together. It's just a beautiful thing, and I'm just ready to get started for the Texans.
The Houston Texans select Roy Lopez, defensive tackle, Arizona.
Hey Roy, how you doing? How's your day going? All right. All right. You don't have to wait any longer. We're about to make you a Houston Texan. So, congratulations. Congratulations.
And he's a very successful wrestler. And really, wrestling is about positioning, it's about leverage, and playing defensive tackle is a lot of the same things. It's about technique, it's about hand placement, it's really about pad level. So some of those skills actually translate over into football, and you were able to see some of that in Roy's play. So strong player, instinctive player, probably a little bit more of a run player than a pass player. And again, really high character, football work ethic, and a toughness and a grit about him, which is something that we liked.
Final pick out of Arizona. Roy's in New Mexico State. We had known of the player in New Mexico State as a junior in 19. We keep tabs on him. He grad transfers to Arizona. Played in 5 games this year. Showed strength, toughness, leverage.
I mean, it's a dream come true. It's something that you think of as a kid, and you have no idea it's coming until it's coming. And you put countless hours of working, and And, it comes full circle, and it's just a blessing to me and my family. So, you look back on all the sacrifices you made and just know that it's all worth it.
You're just trying to push one another and just create a sense and an urgency on a day-to-day basis. And hopefully the rookies, when they walk in the building, will understand this is a new chapter and the expectation that nobody's on scholarship anymore. So this is a responsibility and a job that you have. And the only way that you're going to maintain your status in the league is to actually treat it as such. And if it's not good enough or they're not good enough, then we have to replace them and find somebody else.
It really is a day-to-day thing for these guys, because they had so much training. And I think now just coming into a new environment, a new building, their heads are spinning, they're getting information thrown at them a lot. It's really just taking it step by step, day by day. Here's where I'm going, here's my position coach, here's step one, and then move on to the next day.
Everyone's being evaluated on a daily basis, and so the evaluation process, the team building process, it truly never stops. We'll constantly be churning, and any transaction that we can make that makes sense to get us better, we'll do it.
When we return, one of the biggest stops of Justin Reid's career. Don't go anywhere. Texans 360 continues. We're back. Texans 360 rolls on from the Ford Studios, and we really appreciate you watching. If you had to rank the top Justin Reid moments at 1 or 2, it's one of these. The 101-yard interception return for a touchdown at Washington, 2018 when Reid was a rookie, or in 2019, week 2, when he made a major stop at the end of the game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's John Harris, it's me, it's you, and the time for the film room is now. Week 2 of 2019, Texans in a dogfight against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jags had just scored with just seconds remaining in the game, and instead of kicking the extra point to tie things up, they were going for 2. They were going to try and win it. Gardner Minshew had kind of moved the offense at ease on this drive.
Yeah.
And you figure, well, they're going to let the rookie sling it. Instead, they give it to Leonard Fournette, and Leonard Fournette met the wall. Justin Reid.
He did.
Bump, shoulder, and all, and he puts it in there, and it's one of the best plays he's ever made.
I'm glad you brought that up, because earlier in that season, Justin had gotten hurt in a preseason practice against the Detroit Lions back in August, and he played with a shoulder that I don't think he practiced all year.
He wore a red jersey like quarterback suit, meaning you can't touch this guy.
Yeah, all year. Minshew just threw a touchdown to DJ Chark, and immediately, and I was standing back over here just outside the camera, about right there, I look over and I see Doug Marrone put up 2 fingers, and I kind of had a thought they would go for 2. They had not played exceptionally well, but they could steal one right here. Mm-hmm. That would have been a great win for them. And to your point about Gardner Minshew not throwing the ball, thankfully, as we'll see in our Microsoft service here, he didn't throw the ball, and I'll show you what I'm talking about when we get there. But this looks like it's just inside zone. Leonard Fournette going to try and pound it in. And here's Justin Reid right here. He's the guy, and it looks like at the time, as this play is going on, Justin kind of gets himself in position, and then right as Leonard Fournette is trying to dive, he catches him right there.
Just by the hair of our chinny chin chins.
And I'm telling you, from our angle, it looks like he's over, but obviously he was inches short when you get on the plane. But let me go back here. The thought in Jacksonville was that this was an RPO. Now, I don't think it was, because Gardner Minshew would be looking this way, when if an RPO, he would have been looking this way. But had it been an RPO, the Texans get caught right here on a bunch route, or on a pick route, and Keelan Cole is wide open.
Yep.
He's wide open, but Minshew gives the ball to Fournette, and then Justin Reid makes the stop. Let's take a look at it on the surface right here. And you can see Jay Reid right there, gonna finish.
Great.
And that's
second
why
effort.
You never give up. That ball is so close to that line without going over. It's crazy. That was one heck of a play by safety Justin Reid.
Instead of going 0-2, it meant the Texans were 1-1. They would win the next week at Los Angeles to beat the Chargers to go up to 2-1. And it was a weird sequence that year. They would lose 1, win 2, lose 1, win 2, the whole way through.
It was weird. Gardner Minshew celebrating, but it didn't count. It counted as an L for them and a W for the Texans.
After the break, we get to know one of the newest Houston Texans. Christian Kirksey is a hard-hitting linebacker, and he's getting the hard hits in with Texans radio. We appreciate you checking us out here on Texans 360. Drew Dougherty, your host. And you know, the Texans in the thick of OTAs. They've been practicing for the last few weeks. They've been on the field running plays and whatnot. And one of the newest Texans is linebacker Christian Kirksey. He's well-traveled, he's got a great experience, and he's looking to do big things with the team in 2021. He recently went one-on-one or one-on-two with John Harris and Mark Vandermeer of Texans Radio.
Christian, I've asked this question a lot, more so than I've ever asked it in any offseason to all the guys we talked to. Why did you choose Houston?
Well, first of all, I got family out here. So, you know, always being close to the family, get a chance to play in front of your family and everything like that. You know, I have a daughter, you know, she could be around, you know, her grandma and things like that. So that definitely played an effect on my decision. And also just Lovie Smith, man. He's a legend, you know, and coming from a linebacker, it's like, you know, how you see him, you know, put his linebackers in position to just make plays and just go out there and ball out. You know, it's almost a no-brainer. You know, and Lovey's coming from college, and you can tell that he's hungry. You know, and he's trying to win. So, you know, I was ready to get on board with that, and then just, you know, being a part of this rebuild of this organization, and you know, just I think this is probably the most that, you know, the NFL team had with bringing in, you know, new guys, and you know, I just want to be a part of that. You know, I know, you know, where this team want to go. I know the group of men that's on this team right now that's, you know, trying to make the team and, you know, trying to, you know, win games. I know what type of mindset we have, and I'm just glad to be on board with that. So with all of that, they really just made my decision to, you know, want to come here.
Christian, I know you've been around for a while, so I'm sure Texans fans have seen you play, but maybe they haven't seen you play, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
What would you tell the fans about you and what you're bringing to this organization and to this defense?
Oh man, I'm bringing that energy. You know, I'm bringing that passion to the game. You know, I play with a lot of fire, and you know, regardless of, you know, win, lose, or draw, you know, I'm always gonna bring them all, and just bring that swag and that leadership. You know, half of the games is won off talent, but when you got guys that's like really going out there and they're playing their butts off, and they're playing like it's their last game, then that's when you get over the hump and you win those close games and things like that. So I'm just bringing that passion and leadership and that energy, and just having fun out there. So all y'all Texas fans, just look out for 5-8 because we coming.
You said you have family from Houston, so this should be a pretty easy question. You got to dive in. What's your best cheat meal here in Houston or anywhere? What's your favorite cheat meal? We talked about football. We want to know about food now. What do you love in Houston?
Man.
What have you been able to get out to see and eat?
So my uncle actually took, so the first time I came down here, I wouldn't say my first time, but I haven't been out here in a while. And when I first got out here, my uncle took me to turkey leg hut. Oh my God. Oh my Lord. I think that's the best turkey leg I ever had in my life. You know, the line was like an hour long.
Yeah.
But you know, I got there when it was already close to the front. So thank God I didn't have to wait that long. But I can say that place right there, man, is super good.
After the break, it's crawfish time with some guys who used to play for the Texans. Don't go anywhere. Texans 360 rolls on.
Hey Texans fans, it's HCC Amber
and HCC Taylor and Toro.
In honor of Mental Health Awareness Month, we are spreading joy and cheer all around the Houston area, and we are currently here at Texans Fit.
We have these little bags and we've been tagging cars so we can spread a little cheer, and we're cheering you on, and we couldn't be happier to be here.
Go Texans!
so fly.
We appreciate you watching Texans 360. You know, some people call them crayfish, some people call them crawdads, other people call them mud bugs. Crawfish, though, is kind of the most common thing that folks call those little mini lobsters, if you will. And recently, there was a crawfish boil with some familiar faces from the team's past. Check it out.
Hey, the Texans have done an amazing thing here. They got all these old jerseys from former players, Texans legends like Chester Pitts, and they're giving them away today to these guys. And Chester, this is the guy who drafted our third round pick. You didn't make that decision, though, right?
I didn't choose it, but I did what I had to do. And let's go out there and read the card.
It's always great to come back and just have conversations with my old teammates, catch up with them, and see how well they're doing. And we get to do a lot of work at the Boys and Girls Club, YMCA, do a lot of events there. I get to follow a lot of the veterans that I've had here before, like guys like Wade Smith, who do so much in the community. Seeing him come here to do a lot of community work is what inspired me to come here.
It's an awesome feeling to be able to come back to NRG, be at your old stomping grounds and see guys that you might not see on a day-to-day basis, guys that you haven't seen in years, come back in and fellowship, and you do your remember wins, but you also talk about things that you have going on now and how you're able to affect the community in a positive way. It's a huge networking deal that ends up transforming different lives in the community, man, and I'm always about that. And so I'm excited about being here with guys like Travis Johnson.
Trap Show back in the building.
Well, that looked like a lot of fun. How come I wasn't invited? Maybe next time? All right, we appreciate you watching us. Make sure you check us out next week. And hey, you can come to a Houston Texans game, experience game day together. Just scan that QR code right now that's on your screen, or go to HoustonTexans.com/tickets, and you'll find all you could need to ever know. For Tyler Marcotte making this all happen, I'm Drew Dougherty, and we'll see you next week. Till then, go Texans. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to know when we post new content.